For this video review, we're going to take a look at Jada Toys Street Fighter M Bison action figure. Let's do a quick 360 view of the packaging material or the box. And for those of you who are interested in looking this up at your local targets, so these are the codes for the action figure. I'm pretty much excited about this action figure, so let's take it out of packaging. And to preserve the packaging material, because it has a really nice looking packaging material, best way to take the figure out is to take it from the bottom. So slice this area or this side of the box packaging, and we could take the figure from this end, because as you could see, we have that ramp, and if you open it from this side, you won't be able to pull it out, so you'd end up ruining the action figure packaging. So that way the box is preserved, no tears on any of the side, just the packing tape, and that's it. We could take the figure out of the box, and later on, if we want to preserve the action figure in this condition, we could return it back to package. So let's examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the action figure, an alternate head unit or head sculpt, a set of hands to interchange with the fists that are on this action figure, a wired cape. Actually, it's a very nice thick wired cape, which we're going to take a closer look later on. An alternate change of shoulder armor or pauldrons, because this cape connects to these pieces. And we have a power effect. The action figure stands around the 6.25 inch mark. Okay, so just at the base of the head cover. So not this end, but the back end. Okay, so let us first do a quick 360 view of the action figure before we exchange accessories or handsets, or even take a closer look at the finer details. Now let's take a look at the head unit or the head sculpt of the action figure. The spirit of the action figure. Without a nice looking head sculpt, it's all trash. Okay, so head sculpt number 1, the one that is attached with the action figure when you take it out of packaging. And this is head unit number 2. So I think this is the one that's going to be attached to this action figure when I display this in my collection. Changing head units on this action figure is easy. The trickiest part, or changing accessories on this action figure, is going to be these shoulder panels. But with the head, it's just going to be a walk in the park. So just like that, not much pressure involved, we were able to do a head swap or head exchange. So this is the power effect that comes with the action figure. Unlike the Ryu action figure we're in, we still need a stand for that power effect. This is more outright a accessory for the hand, as you could see the cavity. So it fits either the left or the right hand at ease. So really does not take any effort and no additional accessories. So pretty straightforward, an accessory piece that you could attach easily or even neglect. Let's take a look at the articulation points. So earlier I showed how the head connects to the neck. So actually the neck is a separate piece which connects to the shoulder line of the action figure. So as to articulation points, that allows for really nice movement. And because we don't have any pieces that could possibly hinder articulation points, and even the accessories, the shoulder accessories are really well spaced, even the cape. So the cape does not interfere with articulation points too on the head. So looking up, looking down, that's really great. A little bit of side-to-side motion, sideways, sideways. So articulation points for the head unit 100%. That's very good. Now these two pieces on the shoulder, the armors, they're sandwiched in between this section of the body and the arm. So that is a separate rotating piece of hard plastic. Take note of it, it's hard plastic. So changing the shoulder armors or with the one with the cape attached to it, I'm going to explain the process. But actually you could do it very easy, but at first it's going to be quite tricky because of course it's a new action figure. But once you have played with it, it really is easy to put on and take off. Okay, so since this is a separate piece sandwiched in between these two pieces, so it allows for full 360 of the arm. We have the poses. We have butterfly joints. We have a cut on the bicep for rotation of the bicep. Pinless articulation on the elbows. It's double jointed. So he could actually punch himself in the face if he needs to. Okay, as for the hand units, so we have rotation, and as you could see, there's a hinge. The whole suit, actually including the head cover, it's textured. So take a look at the head cover. There's texture to the head cover, and that is the details on the head cover, details on the body. Now this time let's go to the articulation point on the body. Okay, so ball joint on this section, the diaphragm, and then we have another ball joint on this section, so which allows for really nice range of motion for the action figure. And we don't have any unnecessary pieces of plastic that would be in the way of articulation points. With regards to paint, the blacks are nicely painted, these silvers are nicely painted, including the eyes and the teeth. Nice face definition, cheeks, and that really ridiculous chin. Side profile, left profile, yep, but he is not Popeye the Sailor Man. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, okay, so this section, now we have this piece of the suit or the uniform. Now, is that going to interfere with articulation? It's not going to interfere with articulation because, as you could see, there's enough clearance to move the legs about. So forward kicks possible, sideways kicks. So poses like this would be okay. Even hook. Okay. Roundhouse. Now let's move to the articulation point on the knee. So for the knee, okay, we have armor pieces, but is it going to interfere articulation? No. Actually, the engineering of this action figure has been thought of very, very well. Well, the bend is something to be decided, but at least we have the knee pad in the right section of the leg, and that's it. But they could have possibly improved on the paint, because as you could see, that's a red piece which is connected to this part. That would have been nicely done if it is painted, but it is something that we could already retouch. So a little bit of black or silver paint on this section to cover that up, and we're good. And that is also visible on the back side. QC issue, I really don't know, but something that is easily fixed. Because even if you put a little bit of paint on this section to cover that up, that side of this back side of the boot, you have enough clearance that this section of the leg is not going to rub against that joint that it's going to take paint off. There's enough clearance actually, as you could see there. Okay. And the last piece of articulation for this action figure is going to be the foot. So for the foot, we have a hinge and rocker. Okay, this time let's take a look at the cape. Okay, cape, very good quality, nice and thick. Actually, it's double-sided, so when you press the materials against each other, actually you could feel this section of the clothing material and this section of the clothing material rubbing against each other. And I think there is still something underneath these two pieces of clothing, black clothing material, because I've tried running this with a flashlight and the light doesn't pass on the other end. So that's the test to see whether how cheap the cape is. This one, it's really nice quality cape, and it's wired all throughout. So it's not just this section that's wired, it's also wired at the bottom. And it's okay, it's not wired on this section, it's just going to be from this section of the bottom down to the side and to the bottom of the shirt, and once again going up. So that is going to be the wired section. This section is not wired. Let's double check. Yeah, it's not wired. Okay, putting it on and off. Okay, so you have tabs, so you won't make a mistake. You have right and you have left, R and L. Okay, so take a look at these points on the shoulder guards. So there's that ridge and that's ridge and that ridge, and to take this one off or this off, you have to pull on this side to take it off. Never pull from the back, because you're going to damage this ridge, which actually holds these two pieces, the shoulder armor, in place with the mounting piece. that is attached to the shoulder and the body. Okay, so let's demonstrate. So actually this is the only piece that is at first you're going to really be scared of putting it on or off. Actually, it's very easy. Just grab onto the body like this and that section, and it's going to peel off that way. Okay, so one off. Let's take the other. And even if you hear that popping sound, actually it's just okay. It's just going to be that piece rubbing against this section, but it won't break. Okay, so putting the cape on. So back ridge first, this section, and engage to the shoulder piece, and just press that way. So we could do the same thing on this side of the action figure, and you could even do it with two hands. There you go. Oops, so this wasn't attached so well. Let's snap it back in. Okay, there you go. So taking it on and off is just easy. It's something not to be scared of. This is how the action figure looks with the cape on, and as you could see, the wires on the cape is of good material, so it holds the thick material of the cape in place. So whatever position that you place it in, for example something like this, which is very dynamic, it's going to hold that particular pose. So which makes really displaying this action figure in your display stand to really be, it's going to really look great, because for $27, Jada Toys could give us something of good quality. And even if for it's $27, it really isn't ridiculously priced like products from you know what, or who, or the company, I mean. So yeah, quality product from Jada Toys. So I hope that this is going to be readily available at your local Target for you guys to purchase and enjoy and add to your collection, because this is also a action figure that I really anticipated when it was announced. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.